A tip when using these face frame clamps, you could tighten the sides, tighten the front, and go from there. But what I found is most of the time when you tighten this one, which pushes on the face frames, it will make your line stick out on either side of the face frame. So what I do is I clamp it and then manually pull it so where I can use my feeler gauge and see that it's straight. If you just go and crank it down, it usually will make one side protrude, which is, I guess, okay. You don't really see it, but it's not okay for me. So that's what I do. In order to get this to line up, I did have to remove my bottom because, yes, the cabinet was nice and square when it was just one cabinet. Once I added the second cabinet, which added length to it, which went further down the wall, which brought in more possible issues where the wall is coming out from uneven sheetrock. Because if you look, here's a stud, then there's a stud here. So what happens between the studs, it's usually less sheetrock mud, and then when you get to a stud, it's more sheetrock mud to cover up the screws, and then you'll have a bow. So unscrewed here, getting my face frame, and then once it's connected, then I will be able to get it all right. I could have had both of these cabinets on the table, face framed them together, and then lifted it up here. But by myself, I cannot lift. So right now what I'm actually doing is treating the wall as my workplace and just having them secured where the cabinets are on the wall and then able to do the face frame. If I had another person, sure, I would have probably put 2 or 3 cabinets together. Maybe with 2 people, I could have had that whole thing together and face framed it, which would have been faster. But I'm doing this video as someone doing this by themselves, which it's always possible. Just need to think and take your time. I'm gonna continue doing this and move on.